been 2 years, and I'm back to report that I'm taking 900 milligrams of Adderall a day. Quick release, too. So, yeah, things are going well. Yeah, things are going well. Yeah, things are going well. None of that's true. None of that's true, and I have to be specific about that because I've been getting so many comments on a past video I made where I started the video by saying ever since starting meds that I lost my family, got addicted, and lost everything in my life, which is very true, which is not true. That's not true. But anyways, I'm back. I'm here to give a little update again. Like I said, it's been about 2 years since I've made a video, and since then my channel has grown by a ton compared to where I left it at. Which has been really cool, and I've been keeping up. I have still been reading the comments weekly, still like checking in to see how things are doing and what people are saying. And I decided it's been long enough that I want to give an update. I get questions all the time about the medications I'm on, if I'm still taking medication, how that all has played out, what's that like, and I'm here to give an update on that, a little bit of a life update. So to go back in time from the very last video that I made, at the time, I think I had just switched to Vyvanse, which for those of you who don't know is another ADHD medication. I was on Adderall for the longest time. I think that's what most of the reporting of my channel I was doing on. I was on Adderall, trying different forms of it. And I ended up finding a medication called Vyvanse. And Vyvanse is very similar to Adderall, except for the side effects I found, at least for me, were much less strong, which was really great. Around that time, I got a job at a production company. For those of you who don't know, I'm a filmmaker. I write and direct commercials, do narrative things. I just finished up a short film this last year and got it submitted to festivals, which I'm really stoked about, and probably I'll talk some more about on this channel going forward. And so I was on Vyvanse for a year until I switched jobs and got a job at another production company called Film Lab. And I worked at Film Lab for about a year and just left about 6 months ago to work at a new place called Chirp, where I do all their in-house video. When I started working at Film Lab a year and a half ago, I was still on Vyvanse. Because the office space at Film Lab is an open office, it's an open workspace where there's no cubicles, there's really no walls. Everybody who works there is working in the same room and is collaborating all the time. I decided to stop taking my medication just to see how it would go. And surprisingly enough, it went really good. And I stopped feeling like I needed to take medication. And I think that was for a couple reasons. The first reason is because it was such a collaborative space, I got enough mental stimulation from talking to people and being able to work consistently, where I wasn't just sitting by myself with my headphones on all the time, where it felt like there was room for my mind to trail. There was a lot of social interaction, and that kept me busy, and so it got me motivated enough in the times that I needed to put my head down and work. There was a balance, more than maybe there usually was in the past. And another reason for it is, I think because I was on medication for so long, it had taught me all these new habits and all these new patterns of working and of behaving and learning how to schedule and control my day, that it gave me this new confidence that I'd never had before taking medication, where I felt like a much more functioning adult, and I knew what it felt like to focus throughout the entirety of a day. And so it was kind of the combination of those two things that created a setting that I didn't need to take medication, and that I felt like I could get throughout the whole day without it. And that leads me to today. Having ADHD is such an evolving thing where you're constantly trying to figure out the things that are working for you and the things that aren't working for you, and how to adjust and be your most happiest, productive, well-managed, and just clear-headed kind of dude. And so for me now, it's been interesting being off of medication. I think I've been off of medication for about a year now. And the cons of it are I am probably less consistently focused than if I was taking medication every day. But the pros is have a little bit more longevity throughout the day. I feel like I'm more sociable, and I feel just a little bit more in control of what I'm doing. But I would say that I'm definitely not as singularly productive as I am taking medications every single day. And that's been a decision that I've kind of just played by ear and played how I'm feeling. And my channel has been so interesting going through and reading the comments, because over the last year, the comments have either been medication is so dangerous, it's gonna completely fuck with you and ruin your life, or it's gonna be the most life-changing thing, it's gonna fix you. And this is something that I'm also just as guilty to, which is when I was making this channel initially and I was trying meds for the first time, and it felt like this really exciting thing that I could finally unlock all these new possibilities for my life and my brain, and real discovery for it, that I was like, this is the answer, this is gonna fix everything. And with that came a lot of drawbacks, but also with it came a lot of newfound knowledge and excitement and power and confidence that I would never do any differently. I'm really happy with the way that my experience has panned out until now. But I think everybody wants me to give an answer, give a statement of being like, guys, it's been a year and a half, don't do medications. I'm off it now. I see how harmful they were, and that's that. Or people want me to be on the side of pro medication, everyone should take it, it's life-changing. The least you could do is try it. And to be completely honest, I'm very much in neither of those camps. When you have ADHD, there's not one way to figure yourself out and to get where you need to go. And that's a harder place to be because people want definitive answers, but I think the truth is always somewhere in the middle. And so if you're someone who's been following this channel and who's been watching this and been waiting for an update and are looking for some clarity or looking for an answer on my update, the advice that I would give is everyone's different, and you got to trust yourself and follow your intuition and really find what's best for you. Maybe medication is the best thing for you. I have a lot of friends who got diagnosed around the same time that I did who are still taking medication, and it's been incredibly positive for their life. And I've had another friend of mine who also got diagnosed at the same time who stopped taking meds before I did because he didn't like it, and he didn't like what it was doing to him. So it's really just figuring it out. And I would say the number one piece of advice I could give is to just be compassionate with yourself. Nothing has made me more clear-headed and more productive than when I'm having a day where I'm unfocused and where I can't seem to get anything done, recognizing that I do have ADHD. Sometimes I'm gonna have days like this. That doesn't mean this feeling is permanent or that I'm never gonna be productive again. It just means that, I don't know, maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. Maybe I didn't get in a good morning routine. Maybe something personally was going on that's been on my mind and has made my ADHD feel like cement and that it feels impossible. And that's perfectly okay. I think the idea is to just keep trying and really figure out what it is for you. And know that there's always gonna be something that works for you, and that thing doesn't have to be the thing that works for everyone else. And for me, that's a really exciting place to be. And on another note, I have really missed making videos on this channel. I've taken a hiatus, as you know, and I'm back at the point where I'm excited to get more involved again. This is something that's, as I've been working through so many things the last year and a half, I feel like I have more thoughts and more things to say. And so going forward, I'm gonna be posting videos about things that I do now being off medications to continue to be productive, my routines, how that's constantly changing, and just other ways how I'm adapting along the way. And it's been really exciting. But mostly, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been following along. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting me. And I appreciate everyone who's been staying curious with me along the way. And I'm very interested to keep going and see where this takes us. Where this takes us. We're in this together, baby.